Hello, everyone. I have my 24-week update today, even though I am 2 days early, and I will get to all that in just a minute as to why it's going to be early. But I had VSG surgery, the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, on June 27, 2016, at Advocate Good Shepherd Hospital with Dr. Wool in Barrington, Illinois. I am 5'3". I am officially down, well, today is 2 days before 24 weeks. I'm officially down 67.6 pounds. And so my BMI is 40.9. It started out at 53. And I am 42% excess weight lost. And I know all this information because I had an appointment with the surgeon the other day. So kind of going back to this week, what was going on Tuesday, I was kind of having like a normal day, and then around 1:30 or so, I started getting these really bad chest pains, and it was like right here, a little lower, and I like couldn't breathe. I was having a hard time talking, and like people started noticing, and it was really really weird feeling, and so I decided that I was just gonna wait it out, go stand outside for a little bit, get a little bit of cold fresh air. Nothing was helping. So I made the decision to drive myself to the emergency room because I have a history of blood clots in my lungs. So I decided that I should probably go because that's definitely what it was. So I get to the ER. I call my dad or my mom, my dad, whatever. They came and I call my mom. My dad came to meet me at the hospital. And so while I was getting checked in, so I got there at like 2 o'clock. I think I pulled up right around 2 o'clock. They did my vitals, they did EKGs, they did blood work, everything was great. Not a heart attack, which I knew, but they have to check, so everything was good. And then I waited longer, and the triage nurse was trying to like get an IV in, and you can still see like this is where she tried, and then this is where the IV actually was. You like can't even see it anymore. But like so she was trying and it wouldn't work, so I was like whatever, just wait because I can't handle this. And at this time, my pain subsided a little bit. It like went down. It was manageable at this point. More of like uncomfortable, and then it started getting worse and better and then worse. And then I finally got into a room, and the room in the ER was right next to where the ambulance was. So like I can kind of see all the gurneys going back and forth, which is really creepy. But they did more blood work. They did more EKGs. They did a CAT scan to rule out a blood clot, which was great because they said that was not it. Good that it wasn't a blood clot, but bad because now what the hell is it? That was the biggest thing for me is I don't know what is going on. Meanwhile, I'm still like in kind of pain, but it's not unbearable anymore, but like it is still there. It's still a little bit uncomfortable. But I still wanted to know what was going on. They finally got back with I actually had to ask them like 3 hours after my CAT scan, like, hey, did anything come back with my blood work? Did anything come back with the CAT scan? What's going on? Told me no blood clots. Then they told me that I have an elevated level of my white blood count was elevated. It was at 16, I think. I don't know what any of those numbers mean, but if you do, it was at 16. And so then they said they're going to do an ultrasound on my stomach and like my right side, just to kind of see what's going on. So they did that, and then maybe 2 hours later, so at this point it's like 8 o'clock or so that they do this. They come back around 9:30, 10, and they say that my dad and my husband went to go, they went outside to go hang out and chat and whatever, while I wanted to like relax and like be by myself for a few minutes because I was kind of bombarded all day. But while they were out there, the ER doctor came in and he's like, well, you have gallstones. I'm like, oh, cool, fantastic. What does that mean? What do I do? And what's going on? He said there isn't, it's not an emergency to take out your gallbladder right now because it may or may not be the issue. And just because the pain was a little too high, but he said it's not an emergency, but you need to get in to see your doctor tomorrow to see the surgeon. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. But it's probably not going to happen because this was a Tuesday and they only see patients on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So he said he's going to go call him and see what's going on. So the ER doctor went to go call Dr. Wool and see what they can do. And Dr. Wool said, tell her to call in the morning. I'll get her in for sure. Okay, fine. So I get home probably like 11 o'clock. I drive myself home. It was like 11 o'clock or so. Oh, they did give me pain meds while I was there at maybe like 3 or something. But they wore off by like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And it wasn't anything. It wasn't like Norco or Dilaudid or anything. It was just like basically Tylenol. And it wasn't drowsy. It wasn't T3. So it was like, I was okay to drive. But so I get home and I go to bed. I take a shower. I go to bed. And so my plan was first thing in the morning, I'm gonna, I texted my manager that night and I was like, here's the thing, I'm gonna be late coming in because I need to make an appointment with my doctor. So I called first thing in the morning and they didn't open till 9. So I waited and waited and waited and I got dressed, ready to go to work because I was hoping that when I called them at 9 that they would say, okay, come in right now to catch him before whatever he does. So I was ready to go. And then I called them at 8:45, no one was there. I called them at 8:50, no one was there. 8:55, someone answers, and she's like, oh, well, that's fantastic, like in the most sarcastic tone I've ever heard. And she said that she'll have to page him because he's in surgery all day. I'm like, okay, well, so I'm not getting in first thing in the morning, so I'm just going to go to work. So I start driving, and work is about 45 minutes away from home. So I start going, and then Dr. Will calls me at like 9:45, 9:50, and he's like, okay, well, you can come in at like noon, but it's going to be between surgery. And I'm like, well, I got to go back to work. I don't have vacation time yet because I've only been there for 3 or 4 months. So, like, I need to kind of know when my appointment is, not just kind of random time. Maybe they'll see me. Maybe they'll see me an hour later. So he said, okay, how about tomorrow first thing at 8:30? Okay. So I wait till Thursday at 8:30, and I go in. And I wait, and then I get weighed. So 67.6 pounds lost. And then I finally get to talk to the doctor, and he's like, we're talking about weight, and he's like, oh, he does all the math, and he says, well, your goal is 150, which I thought it was 140, but I guess it's 150. And so he says, well, you lost 42% excess weight, and whatever, went all those numbers. He's like, you're doing great, as usual. And then he's like, okay, well, so lay down. So I go lay down in the little bed thing, and he's like feeling around, and it hurts kind of on my right side when he pushes hard. And he's like, okay, you can go sit. So I go sit, and he's like, okay, so when do you want to do the surgery? And I was like, huh? What? Pardon me? What? No. He's like, yeah, well, your gallbladder is coming out. I was like, oh. He goes, so what time tomorrow works? And I was like, tomorrow? Tomorrow was Friday, which was yesterday. And I was like, no, it's too soon. One, I need to, if it's something that's planned, I need to mentally prepare myself. And it was my work Christmas party. So I was like, how about Wednesday? So then I can take off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then come back to work Monday. Because he said it's only going to be about 2 days recovery. So I can take off those days and, be fine. He's like, yeah, that's fine. And then he thought about it a little longer. He goes, actually, come in Monday. Yeah, Monday. We'll schedule it for Monday. I was like, okay. So I'm like kind of freaking out a little bit here. Then I go back to work. I got there at like 9:30, and they said, I told my manager, I was like, this is the thing. I'm having surgery Monday. He's like, that's fine. Recover, take your time, relax, take your computer home, work from home if you can. If not, whatever. And I'm hourly, so like I'm gonna work from home. But so he, everything's figured out at work. Everything's great. And so I'm supposed to be getting I was supposed to get a text or a call with what time to be there on Monday. So that was on Friday. So then on Thursday, I got a call to do all my like pre-surgery questions and everything, get everything squared away with insurance. So Friday comes along, and it's my work Christmas party. So everyone's kind of excited and jolly and whatever. Party was at 5:30. So right around 4:30, I got a text from the hospital saying something about Sunday at 4:30, and then be there Monday the 5th. I think it was the 5th at 11. So to be there at 11, but I'm not sure what the 4:30 is for Sunday, but I don't know. I know when I have to be there, so that's it. So they scheduled me. I'm set for Monday. Holiday party went great. We it was an open bar, beer and wine, so I actually only had 2 glasses of wine throughout the entire evening, which is really kind of surprising because I can handle a lot more than that, but I just didn't really feel like it. People were getting really, really drunk, like wasted, which was kind of funny to see because like these are work people and they were like they were completely drunk and it was really funny. But for food, they had quesadilla appetizers, which were really good, quesadillas and meatballs, and then they had a buffet. They had really good roasted potatoes with some kind of seasoning. They had a good salad. They had a stuffed chicken with cheese and spinach and I think there was artichoke in there maybe. I don't know. It was really good. Had a little bit of that. Had a lot of the potatoes and some mixed veggies, which I had a little bit of the carrots and broccoli. And then they had cupcakes for dessert. I did have just the bottom part, like not the frost or anything, just like the bottom part of a cupcake. Not like the whole cupcake, like just a little tiny piece of it. And then we went to a bar and we did some karaoke. And at the bar, I literally had 1 glass of water, nothing else, just water, which is also very surprising for me because I don't do that. When we go out, I drink, but I didn't really feel like it. So around like 10:30 or so, we were at the bar already, and because the party was over at 8:30, then we went to the bar, and I started feeling a little bit of that pressure in my stomach again, like my lower chest. So I decided I was gonna go home. By the time I got home, like it was actually hurting pretty bad again. But I figured I'm not gonna go to the ER again. The ER doctor said if you start throwing up or if you get the pain again, just come back and we'll do the surgery emergency. But I was like, no, I already have it scheduled, so I'm not gonna deal with it. This one piece of hair like stayed curled. It's kind of cool. The rest didn't really. But yeah, sidetracked. So I came home and went to bed. I took a Norco and then I went to bed. That's pretty much it. So that's my update for my 24 weeks because that's kind of what happened this past week, and I don't think my weight's going to change in the next 2 days. But if it does, then we can just say I'm down 68 pounds, whatever. I'm down 67.6 right now. So I don't know. I haven't been going to the gym because I haven't been feeling right. And yes, I'm going to have 4 more incisions. They're doing it laparoscopically. 4 more incisions. It's outpatient, so I'm going home the same day, which I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm glad I'm not going to have any drains because I can't handle that. It was just way too much for me. At least I better not because I'm going home the same day and I can't go home with drains. There's no way I can do that. So yeah, they're going to take out my gallbladder. I'll come home and then go on with my life. Hopefully I'll be able to wear normal clothes again. They said the incisions are going to be, the middle one's going to be right around the same place as my last surgery. I don't know if they can use the same hole or not, but I kind of don't want them to because it's going to have a hard time healing then. I also don't want to look like Swiss cheese with 9 holes, but 9 incisions. Because from the first one, I have 5 plus a drain, so 6. So I'm going to have 10 scars on my stomach, which is a lot. I went from 0 to 10 in 6 months. So yeah, 6 months is at the end of this month, which is December. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have. It's been kind of a crazy week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday all kind of happened very quickly. So yeah, that's my update for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do have some concerns about the surgery with weight loss, hoping that it still stays the same or speeds up. Um, but I just hope I don't start gaining now because of the way everything was stored. I don't know how that affects anything. Doctor said it shouldn't affect anything, but at the same time, I mean, I want more. I want more thoughts on it. Um, but yeah, so I am going to go set up my workstation. I have some friends coming over tomorrow. We're going to watch Sausage Party, and we're going to do some crafts. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave me questions, comments below. Let me know if you had to have gallbladder removal after VSG and how soon after it was. So I'm only 5.5 months out. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and thank you for watching. Bye.